280-0094. Or hit me on my website. That's akintunde.net. That's AKINTUNDE.net. Because I said so, Jokes and Music Tour coming to a city near you. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. How y'all doing, family? This is the Akintunde Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. Happy Friday, family. A special Friday edition today is going down. That's right, special Friday. We don't normally air on Fridays, but we are airing today on Fridays. And I'll tell you why in just a little bit. What I need you to do right now is share this video. Share this video, please. Post this video to your page and then like it. And then in the comment line, tell me where you're watching or listening from and tell me if you're at work. Give me the city and tell me if you're at work, if you're at home, if you're at church, you're at your friend's house, you're at your mama's house, at your kid's school, wherever you are. You shouldn't be. If you're at your kid's school, you need to be paying attention to what your kid's doing. But wherever you are, please let us know. Again, share this video, like this video, and in the comment lines, tell me where you are. You're in Sacramento, California. Say, hey, Ak, I'm in Sacramento. I'm watching at work. Hey, Ak, I'm in Atlanta. I'm watching from home. Hey, Ak, I'm in Sumter, South Carolina. We actually at church. Wherever you are, let us know. Again, happy Friday to everybody out there listening and watching. Got a great show for y'all today, man. So we're back today because yesterday we had some technical difficulties, and that's okay. We had technical difficulties, and we shut the show down and came back today. It was very important for us to shut the show down and just come back today because we got a great show, and we don't want to put a great show out there with some technical issues. That's why the IT people have come to work out the issues, and I thank God for that. Free Thinkers Radio Network is where we're broadcasting from. Again, a special Friday show. So on today's show, I'm interviewing my man, my brother, Mr. Steve Brown. His comedian Steve Brown is going to be on the show today. He'll be talking about, giving us a little bit of information about what happened last Saturday night. Okay, last Saturday, of course, if you don't know, a lot of people don't even know what's going on, but Steve Brown was right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Something crazy happened at the Comedy House Theater, and somebody attacked him on stage, and somebody put the video out, and everything went viral. I started getting phone calls when I got back in town on, I believe that was Monday. I came back in town from Atlanta, and folks was calling me like, "What, man, you ain't heard what happened with Steve Brown?" I'm like, "Nah, what happened?" They was like, "Dude, you need to check it out. You need to go online." And I still wasn't able to go online for several more hours. But again, Steve Brown had a crazy situation. He's going to come on and talk with us about that in just a little bit. Also on the show today, my sister Rashonda Pratt, social media expert, television producer, co-pastor, husband, wife, mom. Rashonda Pratt wears several hats. She'll be joining us today, and she'll be answering the question and discussing the topic: is your social media killing your career? Plain and simple. A lot of people don't recognize that your social media says a lot about you and actually could be hurting you. And I really want to talk from the topic of, is it causing you problems? Do you not know that your social media could be tearing some things that you're trying to actually make happen, could be tearing it up, tearing it down, hurting you, causing you some setbacks? So we'll be talking about that with Rashonda Pratt in just a little bit. Again, share this video, and when I get to Rashonda's part of the show, I'm actually going to read some of y'all comments because I posted the question yesterday: is your social media important to your career? Does it affect your career? We got a lot of interesting comments. The comments really ran the gamut. I'll be reading some of y'all comments as well. Much later in the show, I'm going to be discussing and really briefly talking about my brother, Mr. Joe Recker. So if you don't know who Joe Recker is a veteran, I should say was a veteran stand-up comedian. Joe Recker died on last week, totally unexpected. And I had a great conversation with his homeboy, his partner, his it had a comic, almost like a comic, what's the word? A buddy comedy type of vibe between them two, Joe Recker and Mike Washington. I talked with Mike Washington on last week, and he gave me some details on what happened with Joe, and hopefully we'll get some details later on today about the funeral services. I haven't been able to get any information and on Joe Recker's funeral services. If you know, please feel free to comment in the line and let me know when Joe Recker's services will be happening. Again, Joe Recker died on last Friday. And we'll be talking about Joe. I'm actually putting together a full-fledged tribute show to Joe where I'll be having some other comedians on. We'll be sharing our Joe Recker stories. And even if you don't know who Joe Recker is a veteran comedian. His paths have crossed with everybody from Monique to some of the biggest names in comedy have worked with Joe. I worked with Joe many years ago at the first time at Monique's Comedy Club in Baltimore, Maryland. And Joe was silly back then, and he was silly and crazy till the end. Again, my man Joe Recker has passed on. We'll be talking about him just a little bit later on. As I said in the promo, we got a lot of comedy news, a lot of stuff to talk about concerning comedy. And one thing I want to talk about was, on a good note, last Friday night, we had the live filming my latest comedy special, Akintunde Because I Said So. We filmed it live in Columbia, South Carolina at my church, Right Direction Church International at 3506 Broad River Road. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated in making this live recording happen. I mean, I don't care who's on stage or who's in front of the camera. There's a lot of things that have to go right for someone to pull off a live recording. And there was a lot of people who helped out to make sure that our live recording went as expected. And it really did. It went extremely well. I'm actually pulling up some of the, I actually pulled up some of the names of some of the people who I want to actually mention on air, because I don't take it lightly at all that anybody would help us. I mean, sometimes people take for granted help. I don't, because I've been without help. I'll say this, I've neglected to ask for help before. And then you wind up be like, man, if I just had a little bit more help, this would have been a lot easier. Or you think that you got to pay for something and you find out, man, you should have called me, man, I would have did that for you. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know that. Man, you know what? I didn't make that mistake this time. I asked for help from certain people. A lot of people just showed up and just, hey man, I'm gonna do this, A, B, C, and D. And I want to thank those people, however you participated, in whatever way, I want to thank you. Now, I'm sure I will forget somebody. Don't hold it against me. Don't get mad with me, all right? When I come back, I'm going to do that right there. You heard that music? That means we got to go to break, y'all. This is the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast. We're broadcasting live on Free Thinkers Radio Network. I got my thank yous. I got Steve Brown coming up next. Hey, family, stay right there. Ox Show, share this video.
No Static is a mobile interactive media network that delivers news and entertainment through live stream, podcasting, and direct messaging. These methods of delivery will give the network the ability to deliver a targeted message to a multi-generational audience that relies heavily on mobile devices to consume information and share that information with their peers through multiple social media platforms. No filter, no bias,
no static. Powered by Free Thinkers.
The Free Thinkers Radio app. Hey, okay, so here's the deal. I want to say thank you to my church, Right Direction Church International, and the entire staff, the entire team, the office team, admin team, my pastors, Drs. Herbert and Marsha Billy. Thank you to our church families for supporting us. Media team, media, woo-woo! That's the ministry I serve on as well, media and marketing. Shout out to my media team for Right Direction Church International, Right Direction Church Orangeburg, and Right Direction Church Florence. Pastor D, Pastor Trey, both all supported us in our live filming on last week. Bible Way Church of Atlas Road, Pastor Darrell Jackson, and the Bible Way Church family. Thank y'all for buying tickets and coming out and supporting us on last Friday night. Thank you, Bible Way Church. Kingdom Vision Church. A special thank you to Pastors Johnny and Cindy White, who had a wreck on the way to the show last week. Somebody rear-ended them and totaled their car. Somebody drunk on the way to the show. And I talked to Pastor Johnny on last week. He is fine. They are fine. Shaking up, were hurt, but not seriously. Praise God for that. But a special thank you to Kingdom Vision Church and Lamarian Jenkins and Pastor Johnny and Cindy White. Special thank you to Christian Life Assembly, CLA. Thank y'all. CLA came out and supported. That is actually the church where Fisher Films production company, Daniel and Stephen Fisher and Durham Harrison, the whole team, most of the team at Fisher Films attends CLA, Christian Life Assembly right here in Columbia, South Carolina. Thank you. Special thank you to the Daniels family, the Fisher family, who came out and brought tickets and support. support it. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Champion, the Tabernacle of Champions, came out and supported. Thank you, Pastor Pratt. That's actually Rashonda Pratt's husband. Shout out to Pastor Pratt, Tabernacle of Champions family. Thank you. WFMV 95.3. Thank you. Millennium FM 95.9. Shout out to Kevin Felder, the entire team over, and Tony Jameson, Tony G, Jamal Bates, who was in the house on last Friday night, as well as Alexis over sales. Thank you for WFMV 95.3 and Millennium FM 95.9 for supporting. Hey, Free Thinkers Radio Network right here, the place where I am right now. Shout out to Darren, shout out to David and the whole Free Thinkers Radio family. Meek Brown came out and hosted the red carpet. Thank y'all so much for supporting Free Thinkers Radio Network and taking pictures and capturing the whole event for us. I do not take it lightly because you didn't have to. Thank y'all, family. Chris and Brenda Bethel, anointed praise and worship artist Chris Bethel, minister, I should say. Chris Bethel, his lovely wife Brenda, and their son, they came out and they supported us big time. Chris always supports all of our events. I want to say a special thanks for Chris for buying a block of tickets. Special shout out to Pastor Trey Brave and Brave Realty for buying a block of tickets. Special shout out to Achieve Realty, Tina Starks for buying a block of tickets. Special shout out to the Benjamin Agency for buying a block of VIP tickets. Bishop Marcus Benjamin and Bishop Omika Benjamin, the Benjamin Agency. Tangi Brickhouse Beatty and Wild Productions. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all, Jositra. Thank y'all, Donna. Thank y'all to the entire Wild Productions family for supporting big time on social media and showing up in the house that particular night. Shout out to the Booker Agency. Shout out to my sister, Deanna Booker and the Booker Agency for supporting us, showing up that night, buying VIP tickets, and supporting us on social media. New Image Salon, my sister Trina. Thank you, Trina, and thank you to the entire New Image Salon for supporting and being a ticket outlet. Carolina Couture, thank y'all for being a ticket outlet, supporting Sister Stooks, Brother Robert Stooks for supporting us and being a ticket outlet. Amara Assisted Living, they are a long-term care facility for older people, and they brought a block of tickets and came out strong and had a good time and got on camera and gave us an interview afterwards. Javis Tax Service, they brought a block of 13 tickets. Thank you, Javis Tax Service. I do not take it lightly. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, family. And I got something else for y'all too, Javis. We're going to be getting in touch with y'all. Javis Tax Service, thank y'all so much. Shout out to Corey and Bahia Johnson. That's comedian Corey Johnson and my sister Bahia. So Corey's actually my brother-in-law now. Shout out to y'all for supporting and not just on stage, but supporting off stage as well. Comedian Alton Walker. Shout out to Alton Walker. Alton was with me all weekend, Thursday in Virginia, Saturday in Atlanta as well. And then of course Friday night, did his thing hosting on Friday night. Let me go up here. I want to make sure I don't forget anybody. Kevin Feld, I mentioned Kevin. Lamarian Jenkins, I mentioned Lamarian Jenkins. Special shout out to Michelle Jackson McDowell and a happy belated birthday on yesterday. Michelle was one of our ticket agents, sold a bunch of tickets for us. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, sister. I appreciate you. Special shout out to Belinda Polite, another sister who sold tickets for us and one of the most helpful sisters you will ever meet, and a member of Right Direction Church International. Shout out to the Pankneys, Pastors Pankney from Lake City, South Carolina. Drove down, came down, supported. I did their marriage ministry many, many years ago, and they've been great supporters ever since. Thank y'all so much. Judith Mwamuka. Judith is from Africa, and she's my sister, my friend. She has tutored our children, babysitted for us, a true friend of our family, and a member of Right Direction Church International. Thank you, Judith. Ruth, Miss Mother Ruth, Miss Mitchell, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Came and worked the door for us, held it down. Thank you, Miss Ruth. I know I'm running out of time. Fisher Films, Oak Viewpoint Films, Kids Everett. Kids was back in the house. Thank you, kids, for coming down and holding it down. If I forgot anybody, please don't charge to my head, charge to the heart. No, charge to my heart. Not to charge to my no, how you say it? Don't charge to the heart, charge to the head. I forgot. I don't feel it. I really appreciate y'all. If I missed anybody, I'm gonna look at my list. If I missed anybody, please forgive me. Hey y'all, share this video. Coming up right now. We're about to play the video. My man, Mr. Steve Brown. Got my interview coming up with Steve right now, where we discuss what happened. Steve Brown shared with us actually what happened last Saturday night at the Comedy House Theater. If you missed it on social media, if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, here's the video right now. I'll see how you could have missed it if you're on social media, particularly if you're Columbia, because it was all over the place. It was on the news, everything. Here's the video right now, and I'm gonna read some of y'all comments. When we come back, I got my man Steve Brown, that interview I recorded.
Right here at the Comedy House, Jesus.
This is a small clip of the a 2-minute, I believe, 14-second video that I saw and was horrified. As a comedian, I was horrified because I was like, man, how does this happen on stage? Where's the security? How did that happen? Now, Steve gave me some backstory, kind of told us everything that from his perspective, and I appreciate that. I did not interview the other brother. I don't know the other brother. The only reason I'm really talking about this on air is because I have a personal relationship with Steve Brown. I know him from way back in the day. We are two comedians. Steve, 21 years, myself, 25 years. So this is actually a interview footage from a video that I shot with Steve early this week, right after this situation happened. It's my man Steve Brown, right here on the Akintunde Show. Hey y'all, this is the Akintunde Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. I told y'all I was gonna get my man on the phone, who so graciously gave us some time because everybody is talking to him today. You never know what's gonna go viral, and my man has been hilarious for years. I'm talking about crushing stages all over the world, and now some craziness happened last week. And now everybody wants to talk to him even more. Steve Brown, welcome to the show, man.
What's happening, man? What's going on with you?
Man, first of all, let me apologize, Steve, for on behalf of Columbia, South Carolina. That's not us, okay?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Steve,
hey, I knew you before you got saved. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right, Steve, let me say this. Here's one reason why I wanted to have you on the show, and I felt like me and you can have this conversation, because I'm probably one of the few people who have gotten into a fight on stage before. So I get it. I get what happened. But here's the thing. I want people to understand. Was it Steve Brown that caused the fight, or the dude that caused the fight? Because Steve, you are a professional crowd sniper. You killed. I'm talking about. What happened?
Let me say this. Yes, I am a professional crowd sniper. But the thing is, I'm a professional crowd sniper when someone in the audience is rude and other people can't see or hear the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I feel like if I ask you to be quiet or ask you to calm down and you just refuse to, and you try to make the show about you,
right,
then I'm going to give you the attention, but it's not going to be the attention you want.
Exactly.
But in this case, what threw me so bad was the guy. He was enjoying the show. He was laughing and enjoying it. I mean, really going in. I mean, no signs. And then later on, he just got quiet, and then he just stood up, and then just quiet.
Wow.
And I'm like, and this girl, she tried to say something to him, and then he went off on her. And next thing you know, from what I understand, they say he hit her. And then it went from there, and I was shocked, and the security that they claim they got, which is not, he's a promoter. He said he's a director of security. He went over there, and then they got into it. They were like kind of going out of the club, and he's threatening me the whole time. And next thing you know, he swings on him. And they did the tussling, and then he makes his way to the stage.
Wow.
Now, I'm 50 years old, but, I work out a lot and try to stay in shape. And now, a new segment that I do what you call defensive fighting, which is only the same thing before with Mayweather. You duck, dodge, let you swing, and get yourself tired, then he attack.
Right.
Anyway, I'm up there doing all that, trying to keep the guy off me, and I'm wondering where security is. Do you know that same so-called security guy was standing on the edge of the stage just watching?
What?
Watching.
Huh?
Yeah, look, watching. You know what I'm saying? And then, if you watch the video, there are two guys that come up and finally try to get in between.
Right.
Guess who they were?
Who?
They were the cook. They were the cooks.
Wow.
The cooks. So now you got another problem because people's shrimp baskets and fries burning up in the back. Chicken wings burning. Now the show is all messed up. Now people got to go get their order to go.
Yeah.
So it just all messed up. So now the guy leaves the stage because he's tired. You know what I'm saying? And he walks right by that security guy, walks right by him, walks out the door, and the security guy follows him. All right, now, but the guy turns around and comes back with his shirt off. The security guy didn't even come back.
Oh, what?
Right. But that's how I know that a lot of these clubs don't respect the talent, Yeah. And then, but this is the killer. And I know we try to be as professional as we can,
right?
And try to do right by the club so we can have a place to work.
Right.
But at the same time, this is where the slight came in.
Okay.
Do you know? I had nothing to do with the fight.
Right.
I went to go get paid, and the manager said, the owner said from her house that we had a couple of people to leave, and we felt like you should have gotten off stage when stuff started happening, so we're going to dock you $250. So they docked me. So not only did I get assaulted in the club and got my arm cut open really deep, and I had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Now you're not showing sympathy or empathy. You're letting me know you don't give a blind F about me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I reached out to try to talk to the owner to see if she's gonna call me or whatever. No call, no nothing. So now, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Simple as that.
So you mean tell me after all of that, because at the end of the day, the implication is in our mind, or the perceived concept is that if I'm on your stage, I'm protected. I shouldn't have to worry about anything. So,
of course.
So after you getting assaulted, because that's what that was. That's being assaulted on stage. Now you actually get money taken out from your pay because of what happened that was not your fault.
Exactly.
Wow.
But look, and no call, no nothing, no nothing. Say, ask me how I was doing, no nothing.
Wow.
So this is why their club is getting a lot of bad press. And then not only that, other customers have said the same thing, like, wow, where is security? If you right now, if you look at that video, the first thing you're gonna say is, dog, that nigga quit.
Right.
That's what you're gonna say. Then they're gonna say, but where was security?
Right. I mean, that's what I thought. I mean, now, and it's two things I thought, Steve. Number one, kudos for hanging in there, because a lot of people would have ran off stage, ran backstage. Okay, they would have jumped over 4 or 5 people and ran off stage, and then a lot of people would have went super crazy on the dude, and it could have been a big mess. So kudos for maintaining your composure.
I'm gonna tell you why I didn't run. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm 50 years old, but I still try to be young. So I had on some of them little tight jeans them young boys be wearing, and I couldn't go nowhere. I was stuck. I said, Lord, if you just spare me, I promise you I'll start back paying tithes. And
y'all heard that, Pastor? But to all the pastors out there, Steve said, Lord, spare me. I'll start back paying tithes. Hallelujah.
Yeah. So man, but I'm gonna tell you something. At that point, I was being cool. I was being calm. Yeah. And honestly, I was at the point where, okay, so I'm letting them know you getting tired. I'm gonna go in on you, because that was my initial thought. And honestly, if you look at the video, you'll see him kind of talking to him. And, and the thing is, I was telling him, dog, when you get tired, it's on. And real talk, when he heard me say that, he kind of paused and he reached for the mic stand. He's like, well, I can't get in this way. I'm gonna try to get him another way.
Wow.
And believe it or not, before the actual video was being shot, we were up there for at least 15, 20 seconds. He was just swinging wild and swinging.
Wow.
I'm ducking, dodging, whatever. And then, the part y'all saw, of course, that's when the video came. But man, when I tell you, honestly, I gotta say this, and I'll do seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't them God. That wasn't them but God and giving me favors, because I know if that, and as a professional entertainer, if that mic stand had a connected,
oh yeah,
I was done.
Yeah,
I was done.
Yeah, he could have knocked you out completely with that. Could have injured you. I mean, had caused you some serious bodily injury, long-term injury. And now, one thing, Steve, that when I heard it, so I had no idea what happened. I mean, I got back in town like it was Monday, and I'm kind of running around, kind of handling some business from the weekend, and then I got a call from somebody, and they kind of mentioned something, and I was like, no, I hadn't heard nothing about that, and I kind of, you hear something, but you're not really paying attention to what they said. Then later on, I got a phone call and they literally told me all the details. I was like, no. I said, are you serious? Now, they was like, well, I said, do you know the guy? I said, yeah, Steve Brown. I said, me and Steve Brown go way back. I'm talking about 20, 30 years doing comedy. I said, but here's the deal. I said, Steve Brown.
Wait, hold on. I ain't that old. Now, come on.
Hey, if I've been doing comedy 25 years, Steve, you've been doing comedy.
You talking like we was one of the disciples. No, I know Jesus, but not that well. You was there, but I wasn't there. I came after the dinosaurs. Now you was there. Come on now.
You ain't got that much. I ain't got that much time on you. But let me say this. When I heard it was you, I said, I know what happened. I said, Steve done jumped on somebody and verbally assaulted him. Cause this classic Steve Brown here, like, what's up, player? And you would jump on, I done seen you do it. And then before you know it, that person mad, you like, kill yourself. I'm like, I've seen it too many times. So you mean to tell me there was no Steve Brown gas thrown on that fight? That was all dude.
Well, you got to understand something, man. As you get older, you get wiser, and you learn a lot. And not only that, back then we didn't have as much material as we have now. Think about it. I've been doing comedy over 20 years, so now I have a whole lot of material. There's no need for me to talk about somebody in the crowd. Back then, 10 years ago, hey. I got 20 minutes worth of material, but I can do 20 talking about something, whatever this and that. You know what I'm saying? So now, why do that when I have pretty much perfected my craft? You know what I'm saying? Right. So and that's what really shocked me. So it tells me that, okay, now Steve, you're not talking about people, and they trying to kill you. So what you need to do is just start back talking about everybody. Just start back. Just talk to them.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. But in all seriousness, are you okay? Because I heard online that you had a bad cut on your arm. Are you okay? What all injuries did you get?
I got a bad cut on my arm. I got and also just a slightly like a poor muscle. Okay. In my shoulder. They say it was a shoulder sprain. I had to go to the hospital, and go from there. So, man, how you doing? All right. So that's what happens. Also, that's pretty much it, man. I haven't been getting much sleep because of the fact that everybody's calling and all that. Yeah. That means a lot of people love me, Yeah. So that's cool. I appreciate that. And I'm telling you, man, if I had to change one thing now about this stand-up comedy, I'll tell you, real talk, when I go back on stage, the only thing I'll change is I'll be wearing a football helmet. That's probably it. That's it. That's it, man. Maybe shoulder pads, just maybe.
And some flexible pants. Some pants that you can move around in.
That's it. But no, real talk, I wouldn't change anything because, I know this time, I was being professional. I was doing what I needed to do. Right. And it threw me off because the guy was really, really enjoying himself and just, it was just a bad situation, you know what I'm saying? And, people ask me if I'm going to press charges and this and that. I actually talked to the guy's mom and his brother, and they were just telling me his story, man. And it was really, really is a sad situation, man. You know, he just did 8 years in prison, and then got home, and then his daughter died, and you know, it's like, right. So you know, the man, to me, I feel like he was probably reaching out for help, but he was doing it in a way that shouldn't have been done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In a way, and sometimes, you know, locking people up, that's not always the way to help them.
That's right.
Sometimes you can just show them love and show them compassion and show them, you know, hey, there's a better way. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that can help them in the long run. You know, so as far as, you know, me, honestly, real talk, me and my wife, I'm really thinking about. I don't know. Right now, I'm kind of stuck because, you know, like I said, I think about all those factors and all that, and then I look at the video and hear and actually see this guy swinging as hard as he can and really trying to kill me. I look at it like, no, if you were trying to hurt me, you were trying to kill me. You know, so you got to look at that too, man. And you know, so I'm really praying about that. I'm praying about it and just you know. Just looking for a sign, you know.
You know, forgiveness and love is definitely fruit of the spirit, and clearly, man. I mean, you the empathy that you have towards him surely clearly says a whole lot about who you are as a man. And man, I encourage you, bro. I mean, I would love. It'd be great if you could even talk to the brother, because it would be great for people to see that after all this hoopla over social media and on traditional media, I'm talking about TV stations running this, I'm talking about all the social media platforms. It'd be great if you were able to somehow get back together and them to see y'all even communicate and squash it, if you allow me to say, and see that two brothers, even though it was something crazy that happened, at the end of the day, it's all good. If that could happen, I don't know.
Right. Well, you know what, man? You know what? If honestly, I was really thinking like, if I can not go even farther, man, help the brother get in a trade school to teach him a craft and help him get a job or something, man. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that might be the one break he needs to turn himself around. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Right.
You never know.
You're right. And you're right. And when you talk about all the factors you mentioned, being in prison doing 8 years.
Right. And the thing is, man, with that, I'm willing, you know, to risk all that. I'm willing to risk all that, you know, to go and help him, you know, not go to jail, go, you know, help him get a job, and you know, hopefully, you know, go to school and turn his life around. And if it don't work, then, you know, I really don't care, because I'm in Atlanta and he ain't got no car. So I'm just saying, you know.
Classic Steve.
So the probability of this Negro coming to kill me again without a car?
Oh Jesus! Classic Steve Brown. That's the Steve Brown I know, right? That's what. Classic Steve Brown. No. Steve Brown fighting with a super thug is not, dude. The name of your tour. You should do a tour called "I Need Security Tour," and just start. Restart the tour.
Right. Hey man. Hey. You just gave me something, bro. I need security. I need security tour. I need security tour.
Bro, run with it, man. Because you always been hilarious, man.
Hey, man, thank you so much for having me, man.
Yeah, man.
I got to run now, not because I'm busy, because my minute's about to run out, but look, I'm telling you.
Hey, bro, thank you for your time. I love you, man. I'm glad you didn't get hurt, sir.
All right, bro. Love you too, man. Stay up.
Right, I'm going to call you.
All right.
Wow. That's my man, Steve Brown, comedian Steve Brown. And as y'all can see, Steve is all right and hung in there. You never know what's going to happen. So here's the thing. I didn't get a chance to discuss it with Steve, but I've been in 3 fights on stage. 3 fights. And this was one of the decisions that made me stop doing comedy clubs back then, although I do comedy clubs again now. This is one of the things that made me stop doing comedy clubs back then. Now my son and my youngest son is sitting right in literally in arm's distance from me. And when I mentioned, he kind of leaned in like, really? So I got in 3 fights in 1 year. Okay. And it was crazy. The first one, I was doing a college show And I'm trying to think who I was on that show. I think it was Hope Flood, Ernesto. It was somebody else on the show, like 3-4 comedians on the show. And everybody was mad with me because I broke the comedy rule, which Steve did not do. Steve didn't do this. I broke the rule. I broke the barrier between me and the audience. I was talking about this dude. The dude was kept going back and forth with me. And we were at a college, like 900 college kids. They loved it because I'm talking about this guy. But then I broke the rule. I jumped down off the stage and started talking about the dude. And then the dude looked at me like this right here. He was like, he paused, he said, and did like this right here, and then started walking towards me. And all I said, dude, don't do it. Don't do it, bruh. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I used the one move that I have. I'm not a great fighter, but I have one move. I've been using it since 8th grade when I got a judo book doing the book fair. I had $7 and I purchased a judo book and it had like 15 different moves. I just learned one. I mastered this one. I've taught this one move to all of my children. They all have used it. You put one leg behind your leg and I put my hand on your shoulder. You're going down. It's impossible it never fails. I did that to dude and the crowd went nuts. Of course, I'm just trying to defend myself. That's all I was trying to do. Okay, the next time it happened, I was in Texarkana, Arkansas. And phone ringing. That's Steve right there. Texarkana, Arkansas. Steve. I missed the call. I don't know if we can pick this up. What did this happen? This is so unprofessional. I'm in Texarkana, Arkansas. I'm on stage, and the guy's drunk. And I just, as opposed to me leaving the drunk guy alone, I keep bothering the drunk dude. Now this is not Steve's case. This is my case. Steve didn't bother the dude. I'm bothering the dude. And the guy comes up on the stage, and in a bizarre set of circumstances, he runs up on the stage. I'm in a high position. He reaches out for me, grabs my shirt. I take my foot up, and because he's in a low position, I kick him in his chest. And when he falls back, he pops all of the buttons off my shirt. I'm literally on stage in front of 300-400 people with my whole chest out. Ridiculous. Crazy. I'm not a violent person. Last time I got to a fight on stage, Comedy House Theater, Columbia, South Carolina, way back in the day, old Comedy House. Dude kept interrupting the show. I asked security, they had real security then. I asked security to take the dude out, and when the dude was going out, he threw a bottle at me and hit me in the groin. I lost it, jumped off stage, and followed him into the audience. Now, that for me was my catalyst for, like, my wife was like, you think you need to come off the road for a little while? I was like, yeah, maybe. So I understand how stuff happens. That's all I'm saying. Steve Brown, thanks for calling in, bro. Thanks for not getting hurt, bro. And prayerfully, Steve and that brother can reconcile, and Steve can maybe help that brother out and get a job. Somebody got a job for a good violent super thug? Call us up, man. We see if we can make a connection. You know, if you need some help, call us up. I don't know what you need, what kind of services you need. If you need a good violent super thug, we can help you out. Put you in contact, do a little job fair, super thug job fair. This is the Akintunde Show. We right back with more. Don't y'all go nowhere. You're inside the Akintunde Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. We'll be right back. The Akintunde Show is sponsored in part by Atomic Design. Set the stage for maximum effect for your next live event with Atomic Design. Whether live event production, set design, custom set construction, or modular rental scenery, Atomic Design is the company for you. Official set designer of my upcoming live comedy special, Akintunde Because I Said So. Learn more about the captivating capabilities of Atomic Design. Give them a call today at 717-626-4408 and tell them Akintunde told you to call. Atomic Design, atomicdesign.tv.
$26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com. $26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com.
Hey, what's up, family? The Akintunde Because I Said So Jokes and Music Tour has officially begun. Savannah, Georgia was lit. Moncks Corner was gas. Germany was spectacular. Hollywood, Florida was off the chain. The tour is rolling, and we just added some dates. For my full schedule, including speaking engagements, log on to my website.
The 2014 Dove Award Comedian of the Year.
It's the Akintunde Live, Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. And if it's not, do something about it. Give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. Or hit me on my website. That's akintunde.net. That's AKINTUNDE.net. Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. What's up, world? This is the Akintunde Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank you to everybody who is listening, tuning in, and watching. If you just missed it, my man Steve Brown just gave us his rundown on what happened last week at the Comedy House Theater. Again, this video will, of course, be posted and shared, and you can watch it on demand later on. Again, we on the broadcasting live right here on the Free Thinkers Radio Network. If you don't have the Free Thinkers Radio app on your phone, you are tripping. You're missing it. Download it right now. Put it on your phone. That way you can stay in touch with me as well as all of the various shows on the Free Thinkers Radio Network and the No Static Network. Tangi Brickhouse Bait has a wonderful event coming up this weekend called Write It, Direct It, and Produce It. That's set tomorrow, January 27th. And for 4 hours, 4 interactive hours, her and Donna, her partner and producing partner, her and Donna, and I'm sure many others from her team, they'll be giving some tips and some more information about how to produce plays, stage plays, and just live events as well. And I would encourage you, if you really want to get some information, a playwright workshop, I would definitely encourage you, and I put my full endorsement behind it. The reason why I say that, not just matters, what Akintunde says, I just observe people, and Tangi and Donna, Jositra, and the entire team have been very consistent for a very long time. That's tomorrow, January 27th. That's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you want more information, give them a call at 803-807-2969, 803-807-2969, or log on to wildproductions.org. That's wildproduction.org. I got Rashonda Pratt coming up in just a little bit. And we're gonna be talking about something. Is your social media killing your career? Before I jump to that, I want to say one big thing. I want to say a special thank you to my brother Alvin Sykes. Alvin Sykes is a member of Right Direction Church International. He's a good brother. He serves in the Epic Student Ministries on the sound and video ministry, as well as he serves on the logistics and IT team at Right Direction Church International. But Alvin, if you came to the live filming on last Friday night and you saw the staging, Alvin actually installed the staging. Atomic Design sponsored the stage and actually provided the staging, the set decorations. But it didn't come put together like that. All those different pieces that you saw, they came in a big 400-pound crate. I know because I actually had to pay for the shipping. So it was 400 pounds. And Alvin put it all together. Shout out to Alvin Sykes, my brother, who put it all together and who did a phenomenal job building it up and taking it down. If you need a set designer, I greatly encourage you to hit up Alvin Sykes. You find him on Facebook, Alvin Sykes on Facebook. Tell him the Akintunde Show told you to give him a call. All right. Speaking of Facebook, do you ever wonder if your social media could be causing you problems? Reason why I say that is because let's say that you're looking for a job. Let's say that you're looking for a job with a company that has a faith-based lean to it. Church. Now you can't hire or not hire somebody for religion. Let me be very key about that, because I'm a active business who is and has hired people over the years. You cannot not hire somebody because of religion. But a person's social media can tell you if that person can fit into what you do and how you do it. Real talk. Your social media could be causing you some problems. It may not be causing you some problems. It may be helping you. Either way, your social media paints a picture of who you are. So you could be one way at work. you could be another way on social media. And if those two ways contradict or conflict, it could be causing you problems. So I want to talk about that. I posed the question on social media yesterday. Y'all gave a ton of great comments. I'm going to read those a little bit later on. But I discussed it with someone who is a social media expert, who is someone who is a television producer and been a television producer for years, has worked in some extremely professional environments from some major TV stations and major TV shows. And she gave me some great insight. She also is, again, like I said, a social media expert, in addition to being a wife and a mom and a host herself of The Rose Show. So I sat down earlier this week and I talked with my sister, Miss Rashonda Pratt. Here is that video right now. Rashonda Pratt right here on the Akintunde Show. Hey family, we're back. Akintunde Show. My special guest today is social media expert, talk show host, television producer, Rashonda Pratt. How you doing, sis?
I'm doing good, brother. Glad to be here. So excited.
I'm glad for you, myself, and the people who are enjoying this information, because you are giving out some wonderful nuggets. Now, again, I want to make sure I clarify some things. Rashonda Pratt is a 20-year plus television producer. So she's been working in news and media for quite a long time. Again, she's her own show host on her own talk show that airs live on Facebook Live. You can go to her social media page, which is, you can see that, get that information right on this video. You'll be able to see actually where you can go and actually see that show and subscribe and watch, follow, and keep in contact with her. But she's also a social media expert. And a lot of people do stuff on social media thinking that there aren't any long-term ramifications. You said something that was so clear and so intriguing. You said your last 6 posts say a lot about you. Please expound on that.
Go to Instagram and do a self-assessment. Look at the last 6 things that you posted, and it tells a lot to your audience about who you are. Those are things that are important to you. Look at your last 6 things that you shared or that you posted on your Facebook timeline. It tells a lot about who you are, what your values are, what your standards are, what I can expect from you on a consistent basis. I mean, just being very personal and transparent. Even on my profile, you'll see every so often I cycle through my personal profile picture and I post pictures of me and my family. I post pictures of me and my husband, because I want you to know in this digital world that it's not just the Rose Show. There's a team of people, and it's the Pratt team. Right. So don't slide in my DM thinking you can say something that's out of order. You know, that's Akintunde on social media.
You know, and you're right, because you don't want some brother thinking you single or available, and then next thing you know, Pastor Jacoby got to put that Pratt on you. You don't want to have to do that.
Right. He got to lay hands on you.
Exactly.
We don't want that to happen.
Exactly. That ain't what you want to have.
Exactly.
So what are some of the things that you look for in a person's last 6 posts? Like, what's something that would make you say, as an employer, as a person who's doing some hiring for a company, what would be something that brought you pause if you looked at somebody's profile? 6 posts.
You know, I have a problem with people who take lots of selfies. When your whole timeline is filled with lots of pictures and selfies, because that tells me a lot of things. That tells me that you're self-absorbed.
Yep.
It tells me that maybe you don't have a lot of other connections. You don't have anything really to talk about.
Yes.
Except posting pictures constantly. Are you trying to be an Instagram model, maybe?
Right.
Can I take you seriously? Right. Are you a team player?
Right.
The team is only about you.
Wow.
That's what I look at. You know, the other thing that brings me pause is flipping over from Instagram to Facebook. People who don't take the time, Akintunde, to do research. They're so quick to hit the share button. Oh, you know, this was one that was happening a couple of years ago. One of the Golden Girls died, and everybody was sharing that post. Come to find out, the lady died 5 years ago. A viral post again, and people are like, oh, I'm just so sad she died today. Well, no, it's old news, or it's not even real news.
Right.
So not taking value of understanding what sharing. You're just quick to share. You're quick to share videos that go viral where people are fighting with each other, or there's a lot of profanity. What does that tell me about even on someone's page one time and had to really just shut them down because their whole timeline was littered with pornographic, excuse me. Right. I can't say it. Right. I was like, wait a second. What are you portraying out there? Because guess what, everyone? People Google you. Yeah. By the time you introduce yourself and say, hi, Akintunde, my name is Rashonda Pratt. Right. People are picking up their phone and they're going to Google. When's the last time you Googled?
I Google myself consistently, and it's amazing because you say that, because I know that if I see a brother and he's taking a lot of selfies of himself, I'm always like, dude, you real suspect. Right. And then if I see a female that's taking a lot of body pictures, every picture she's showing off her butt, every picture she got some tight on, that tells me that you got some self-esteem issues, and or you extremely self-absorbed and probably selfish, and you probably a person that you don't want to be around on a consistent basis. And people don't recognize what that communicates to somebody, in whether that's in a business setting or just somebody who's observing you.
As an employer, I don't want to have to manage you. I don't want to have to manage your issues. So if self-absorbed, and if all you're doing is taking pictures of yourself, but I don't see any substance, I don't see any development, career development, that's telling me that if I bring you on my team, I'm going to have to micromanage you. I'm going to have to coddle you. I'm going to have to stroke your ego. You don't really have any I'm going to have to deal with your self-esteem issues. And the thing about it is, that may not even be the case, Akintunde, but it's what you're portraying. And guess what? Sometimes what we're portraying, we have to leave it up to other people to what? Interpret. You're right. Maybe interpret it correctly. Right. But for you to put out the better perception. And you talk, I've seen people who are, I know to be very professional. And then you go to their social media page and you see them like on the weekend with a red cup in their hand. And I'm like, I don't even know what's in the cup. But it's just the fact that the cup is a bad look. And and it's like, you probably shouldn't have put that out there like that. It has a certain stigma. But talk to those millennials, okay, who feel like it don't matter. Right. Hey, I'm doing me. This is a part of me. I'm professional me. I'm educated me, boo-boo. And on the weekend, I turn up. So what? So talk to that person who think that it really doesn't matter. Well, here's the thing, because I felt that I could feel it here where people are just like, oh, they're trying to change me. I can't be myself, and this is who I am. I'm not hiding from people. They either gonna take me, love me, or like me, or hate me. Right. I get that. No one is trying to make you be somebody else. Right. But here's the thing. There's a price and a cost to pay to be you. And if you're willing to pay that price, then go ahead, baby, do you. Wow. But understand that everybody else don't want to do you. Right. Ooh. Like when I talk to people who have brands and they're building brands. Right. If your brand is where you're very crass, you tell dirty jokes, that may work for some people. But guess what? The show is not going to do business with you because that's not who I want to link up with. So understand how you decide to do you. Everybody else is not going to receive that. And there's a price and a cost sometimes to doing you. So understand, is this something that I really need to take the time to post on social media at the cost of diminishing my brand, at the cost of making me look foolish? Right. What is the price I'm really going to pay by posting this image or posting these words? We see people all the time in the news, they rallying behind something, and 5 years later, someone digged up an old tweet. Yes. They said it. Yes. And now issue a public apology, and their brand has gone down the tubes. Right. That person 6 years ago may have been a completely different person. Now they're a professional or they're a politician, and an old post from 2000 whatever is now dogging that person and causing them either their career, causing them votes, or causing them a lot of money. Exactly. Can you give us some tips for a person who's out there trying to shape their social media brand, trying to get interaction with people, whether it's to get a job, whether it's to get speaking engagements, whether it's to sell a product, whether it's to sell a book? Can you give someone some tips to shape their own social media? Sure. First thing foremost is to determine and decide what your brand story is. Okay. What can people count on to see as a consistent thread or story when they engage with you? And stick to that. I find that people abuse the social media platform and space because they don't understand it. And when we don't understand a thing, we have a tendency to abuse a thing.
Right.
So first and foremost, determine off the rip, from the beginning, what is the story that I want to tell people? What is the story that I want people to engage with that? And don't compromise that to go viral. Let me say, don't compromise that for likes.
Wow.
Don't compromise that to be quote unquote popular. You know, Akintunde, I see everybody using Facebook Live. That's a platform that I love to use.
Right.
But I see people misusing it because they weren't popular in school. I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let's keep it real, Lo. Let's keep it real. It's a lot of people who are trying to recapture something that they didn't have 20, 30 years ago, now at a whole different time in life on Facebook.
Right. And so you weren't the cool kid. You were the kid that sat at the lunch table by yourself. And now you can get on and wow, 25 people are watching me. Wow. But here's the thing. When they're watching you, what are you saying?
Wow. Rashonda Pratt, y'all. I got more with Rashonda coming up. I want to read some of y'all comments, though. Again, is your social media hurting your career? Could your social media be causing you problems? All right. So I posted this comment, this question, and I basically said on yesterday, I said, do you believe your social media can hurt your career? Explain. And a lot of people comment. Thank y'all. Scores of y'all comment. I really appreciate it. Tawana B. Green, she said, yes, absolutely. I work in the background check industry, and we do media searches for several of our clients. Prime example, I have a personal LinkedIn profile and page. However, my employer made it their business to check all employees' profiles on LinkedIn, then determined whose profile pictures were not professional enough and told us that we must use the pictures that they took to our work profiles on our personal LinkedIn page. I was not happy about that, but since I work there, I am still it's still a representation of the company. Kamaya Flynn, Camilla, what's up, Camilla? She's the sister from Savannah. She said, yes. Jabbar Doja said, before I extend a job offer to anyone, I check out social media for the real or pretend person. Wow. How they interact on social media when the employer is not looking, says a lot about their mentality. However, people are getting creative by opening up accounts with different names. That's right. You also got to watch that for your kids, too. Renee Hagan, she said, yes. Kimberly Steele said, oh, yes, without a doubt. It's already has caused many folks to lose their jobs. Wow. So you mean tell me people are losing their jobs over social media? Over their Facebook page? Hedrina Elaine Reese Black, I'll read this one, then we'll go to break. Still at the house because of the line for Christ. Yes, I don't mind though. All right. I gotta research what that question meant, what that answer meant. Somebody else said, heck yeah, Terrence Dorsey. I've been hired because of social media. As a DJ, I've been booked. And as an honest person, a church hired me because they appreciated my honesty. So yes. Hey family, you can continue to comment there. Post this video. If you're watching live, post this video, share it to your page. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey family, got more with Rashonda Pratt coming right back. This is the Akintunde Show. We'll remember my friend comedian Joe Recker just a little bit later on. Still got a little bit more show left to go, y'all. Stay right there, family. Don't move. Ak Show. Akintunde. You're inside the Akintunde Show, aka the Grown Man Podcast. We'll be right back. The Akintunde Show is sponsored in part by Atomic Design. Set the stage for maximum effect for your next live event with Atomic Design. Whether live event production, set design, custom set construction, or modular rental scenery, Atomic Design is the company for you. Official set designer of my upcoming live comedy special, Akintunde Because I Said So. Learn more about the captivating capabilities of Atomic Design. Give them a call today at 717-626-4408 and tell them Akintunde told you to call. Atomic Design, atomicdesign.tv.
$26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com. $26 logo designs. Need a logo like the ones here? Go to JaleelMakesLogos.com for yours today. JaleelMakesLogos.com.
Hey, what's up, family? The Akintunde Because I Said So Jokes and Music Tour has officially begun. Savannah, Georgia was lit. Moncks Corner was gas. Germany was spectacular. Hollywood, Florida was off the chain. The tour is rolling, and we just added some dates. For my full schedule, including speaking engagements, log on to my website.
The 2014 Dove Award Comedian of the Year.
It's the Akintunde Live, Because I Said So Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. And if it's not, do something about it. Give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. Or hit me on my website. That's akintunde.net. That's AKINTUNDE.net. Because I Said So, Jokes and Music Tour, coming to a city near you. I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Hey family, we're back. This is the Akintunde Show, aka the Ox Show. Listen family, share this video to somebody else's page. Make sure they are getting this information. If it's somebody you know who you see doing crazy stuff on social media, making bad social media decisions, or like Rashonda said before we went to break, who has social media or career schizophrenia or entrepreneurial schizophrenia, please, please share this to their page. I want you to make sure you clarify that term. I had never heard it used that way. So restate it and clarify and what exactly do you mean by that? Because I think a lot of people, that resonate with me. I know it resonate with a lot of people. Please expand on that, please.
Now, I'm not making fun of people who have that mental health disorder.
Of course.
Health disorder. But what I'm saying in this context of teaching and explaining is that we have sometimes people who are not able to get the clients they want or the business or job opportunities they want because we go to your social media profile and one day you're an Avon representative, one day you're a brand coach, the next day you're an entrepreneur. There's so many different hats that you're trying to wear. And listen, I believe in multiple streams of income, right? Right. But have to somehow connect and make sense to people. And here's the thing that I've learned about people. Confused people do nothing. So if you're wondering why you don't have the clients, you're wondering why you're not getting the job opportunities you're having because people are confused about their schizophrenia because they're not understanding who you are in the space. And you have got to become clear about who you are and present that on social media.
Wow, that is so key. I tell people all the time, because a lot of people, when I tell people, I say, you may be doing too much. They'll hit me with, but you do this, you do that, you do this. I tell them, I say, you got to understand, it's all connected. I say at the core of everything that I do is comedy. Radio and hosting, this is an extension of comedy. Writing is an extension of comedy. Directing and producing is an extension of comedy. It all comes back to that base, that foundation. And everybody, no matter who you are, you got to find out what you're good at, and you got to build from there. And you got to be comfortable in learning in the time and taking on the challenges that come along with building who you are. One thing that I'm seeing a lot of, Rashonda, is so there's a lot of, and don't get mad at me, nobody out there, before I say this, okay? Please.
I got your back, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. There's a lot of life coaching out there that's going on social media. And a lot of time I'll pass by somebody's video. I'm like, oh, okay, somebody's in their car and they talking, they seem very passionate. And you watching the information, I'm like, no, this is bad. No. And you see people liking and people posting and reposting. I'm like, no, that's bad. Don't follow that up. And it's like, what? Can you help people out and just give somebody some help in terms of not following up bad information and foolishness that's out there? Because it's a lot out there.
Yes, it is. Akintunde, we have people who are business coaches that don't have a business. How are you coaching me on something that you have not mastered yourself?
Yes.
So we have a lot of, I like to say, Periscope phonies and Facebook fakers.
Periscope phonies and Facebook fakers. Wow.
A lot of that happening in the space.
Wow.
So what I tell people, because this has happened to me, people who will inbox me and say, Ro, I want to work with you, but I got burned with this person. This person promised me this and didn't fulfill it.
Yeah.
Here's the that I tell people all the time. Talk is real good, but you need to check those receipts.
Ooh.
So you need to master watching people.
Jesus.
Master watching them. Even Jesus said, judge a tree by its fruit.
By its fruit.
So you need to spend time looking at people's fruit,
right,
and not so quick to jump bandwagon and say, oh, for $9.99 I can get this, or for $149 I can do this. Because we have a lot of people in space who are preying on, are you ready for this? People's emotions, people's thought of a quick fix.
Right.
Nothing is a quick fix. Even when you put something in the microwave, you still gotta wait, sweetheart.
Ooh, boy, that's good. That's good, sis.
You still gotta wait 10 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute, 4 minutes, whatever the case may be.
Right.
So you have to take the time to look at people's fruit and ask the right questions. And don't be afraid. Clients have done this to me. They say, hey, can I talk to people that you've worked with?
Right.
Ask questions. Ask the right questions.
You know, it's so key that you mentioned that, because in the body of Christ, there's a lot of people, and again, please, nobody get mad at me. I'm just keeping it real with you. There's a lot of people that I see they're fulfilling a speaking engagement, and they're talking about something, and what they really are is a person who's talking about it. It's not the saying that the information is bad. It's not the saying that they're wrong. They just don't really have any experience with that. They read a book, or they have heard another speaker, or they may have some experience with it, but not the full breadth of the experience. But they're presenting it like, hey, I've done A, B, C, or D. And I always tell people, I ain't gonna come and talk to you about stuff that I don't know about. You want to talk about comedy? You want to talk about production? I can talk about that. I have a wealth of knowledge with that. You want to talk about financing? You need to call somebody else. I ain't your boy. You need to call Marcus Benjamin. You need to call Robert Watkins. I'm not the person for you. I'm gonna have you jacked up. You mess with me because I got somebody else that's helping me. Okay, so don't call me for your finance conference. But if you want to do a media conference, call me. Call Rose Show. Call Rashonda Pratt. I mean, get people who got something to talk about, who know what they're talking about, and stop listening to people who just promoting theories. Theories are great when you in your car in your house, but when you put it on the ground, it's a whole different ball game many times. Sis, you've helped me, and you help a lot of people today. Closing thoughts, and then I got to get your contact info for everybody who need to reach out and want to reach out to you. Closing thoughts on this topic.
One of the things that I want to remind people is that long gone are the days where we can just give people a business card and walk away. Every single day, someone, where they meet you, I promise you, they're going to Google. They're putting your name in a search bar on a social media site or search engine. They want to find out, are you ready for this? Not the you that you present before them.
That's right.
But the you are away from them.
That's right.
Did you hear that? Not the you that you present before them, but the you that you are when you walk away from them.
Right.
And so remember that. That's the key that is so important, okay? The you are when you walk away from them.
Wow. Would you say today that your social media in some way is like your credit score?
Yes. Yes, sir. It is. It really is, because that will make or break you. I have people, I do a live show on Facebook, the Rose Show Live, right?
Right.
I have people right now, within the last 3 days this has happened, who have inboxed me to do business with me. I want you to come in and do a mastermind training. I want you to talk to our people about doing, telling their story. Okay. And 9 times out of 10, this is what they told me, Akintunde. Rashonda, I watch what you do on social media and I like it. Now, this is what I said to myself. You watching my videos? Oh, yeah, I tune in every time. I'm a big fan. I've never seen this person comment, Akintunde.
That's right.
I've never shared the post. This is the thing. Someone's always watching, people.
That's right.
So always watching. And that taught me a greater lesson, the fact of, Rashonda, you can't be out here wilding out in these streams.
That's right.
That's these streets. I know that's what the millennials say. It's going down in the streets. You can't be wilding out in these streams, because the streets are talking, the streams. The news timeline stream.
I love it. Did y'all hear that? You can't be out here wilding out in these streams.
Can't wild out.
Oh, that's funny. That's so true, though. That is so true. Wow, man, I'm telling y'all, she is so right. She is so spot on. Let me tell you something. Make sure that you reach out to this sister right here. Not that she needs my endorsement, but I'm telling you, I know I've experienced her. I've seen her speaking. I've seen her at other events supporting other people who are speaking. I've seen her working and serving in ministry. I've seen her as a mom. I've seen her as a wife. I've seen her in ministry. This is a powerful woman of God who has a broad platform and media to the world. And I'm glad you gave us some of your time and some of your information today. You got to come back on the show real soon.
I'd love to come back on the show because I'd love to come back and talk to people about, listen, what you should not be doing on Facebook Live.
Woo! Okay.
Should not be doing.
Hey, this is what I'm gonna do for y'all. I'm gonna book her before we get off the phone to come back and do that one. All right. Hey, sis, give us your social media so everybody can reach out to you. Tell us where they can reach you on every platform that you are, because I know you're not on every platform. So the platforms where you are.
I love to hang out on Facebook and on Instagram. And on both those platforms, you can find me at The Rose Show, no W, live. TheRosho live.
Now that is so key because I put The Rose Show with a W on earlier today and thought I had sent the question and it bounced right back at my behind. So, hey, sis, kiss that baby. Tell my brother I said what's up, and I'm going to see y'all real soon.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you.
No Static is a mobile interactive media network that delivers news and entertainment through live stream, podcasting, and direct messaging. These methods of delivery will give the network the ability to deliver a targeted message to a multi-generational audience that relies heavily on mobile devices to consume information and share that information with their peers through multiple social media platforms. No filter, no bias,
No Static. Powered by Free Thinkers.
What's up, world? This is the Ak Show, a.k.a. the Akintunde Show, a.k.a. the Grown Man Podcast. Hey, family, listen. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you. Thank you, my sister, Rashonda Pratt. That was some good information. I hope it blessed y'all like it blessed me. Great info, sis. Phenomenal. Rashonda Pratt, her show on Facebook Live is called The Rose Show. And it's a great talk format. Check it out. Watch that. And you can reach her on Facebook Live. And I'm sure all of her contact information is right there for you to see. You can also catch her on Sundays at Tabernacle of Champions Church in Bishopville, South Carolina. All right, y'all. Man, shout out to some people who's watching and comment in the comment line. Shout out to a sister who I went to school with. A hilarious, crazy, funny, beautiful sister, April Kelly. April Kelly is watching. Savannah, Georgia. What's up, April? How you doing, sis? We go way back, way back when I had a head full of hair. Shout out to April Kelly. Shout out to Rashad Dawson, who's watching. Shout out to Tangi Beatty, who's hanging out with us. Rashad Dawson is one of our ministers of music at Right Direction Church International. And shout out to Tangi Beatty. Again, Tangi Beatty tomorrow, 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the WOW Studios. Tangi Beatty will be doing a playwright workshop. Check that out. Again, that's tomorrow. Tangi Beatty, Donna, and Jositra and the entire team will be doing a workshop. In just a little bit, I'm about to do some, we're going to discuss my man Joe Recker, comedian Joe Recker, in just a little bit. Shout out to my friend, Pastor Lewis Tucker, who hosts the Man Cave on the second and fourth Tuesdays of every month. Shout out to Lewis Tucker, to pastor of my church, Lynchburg, Virginia. Make sure you go over and like his page. Fellas, the Man Cave is real cool. I'm going to tell you why. Because brothers come into the Man Cave and there's no ladies allowed. And we be talking about some real stuff. I'm going to keep it real. I was very kind of ghetto the way I said that. But we be talking about some real grown man stuff. A whole bunch of stuff. So make sure y'all check us out on the Man Cave. Your wife cannot come in and listen. It is a closed group. You can do that on Facebook. I didn't even know you could do that until I found out that Pastor Tucker was doing that in his joint, the Man Cave. Again, that's Tuesday, second and fourth Tuesday of the month on the Man Cave. Man, I am so excited. Great show today. Rashonda Pratt, great information. I'm going to have Rashonda back on real soon. And we're going to talk about this whole thing of mistakes that people make on Facebook Live. I'll tell you one mistake I found out about. I used to do that first. But one mistake that I see people consistently make is that people sit there and wait as soon as they get on Facebook Live for people to come in. You sit there and you like, hey y'all. And you're waiting for people to come in, but the problem is you like, and some people like, I'm gonna wait for like 5 more people come on. I'm gonna wait to 10 people. The issue comes in is two, the people that's sitting there with you already, they got to sit there while you wait too. That's one issue. The other problem is when you do the playback is a person got to sit there and watch the first 2 minutes or however long for you to build your audience. You really should get right to it on Facebook Live and let everybody who missed you already coming in go back later and watch it on demand. It's one little thing that I caught on Facebook. I know Rashonda has a whole lot more information that she can share with us. Again, I'm going to have that coming up. Rashonda Pratt. Shout out to my man Steve Brown again for hanging out with us. Comedian Steve Brown. Whole situation at Comedy House Theater. I love his perspective. Great talking with Steve. Hadn't talked to Steve in several years, but it was and too bad it took something like this for us to talk. But I was glad to hear his perspective. Glad to hear the way he said he was responding to that whole thing. And if you missed it, this will be on demand, and you can watch this video later on. Like, tag, and share this video to someone else's page. Let the world know what we're doing here on the Akintunde Show. This is only our 4th show being on the air. We're just brand new situation here at Free Thinkers Radio Network. Man, it's so fun because we've been working out the kinks. And like I said up top at the beginning of the show, don't be afraid to fail. Hey, let me tell you something. Failure is a part of the process. As long as you failing forward, it's all good. So again, thank y'all for watching, hanging out with us today. Happy Friday to you. Special Friday edition of the Ox Show right here on Free Thinkers Radio Network. Download the app so you can keep the Free Thinkers Network with you at all times. Carry it around with you on your telephone. You want to ever get in touch with Akintunde, whether you want to bring me in for an event, whether you want to find out about my tour dates, want to find out how to even book one of our tour packages, give us a call at 1-800-280-0094. That's 1-800-280-0094. That's directly to the office, and you can get in touch with our team there, and you can get information on myself as well as other comedians. All right? Again, so last week, I'm traveling back from Atlanta. While traveling, I stopped and I was checking out my Facebook page, and I saw a post from comedian Stefan. Comedian Stefan says he's shocked, he's hurt, he can't believe what he just heard. I'm reading, trying to find out what he said, and he says that comedian Joe Recker has died. I'm like, oh, what? You pause for a minute, you kind of decompress, and then first thing you try to do is confirm if this is actually factual. The good and bad thing about Facebook is you get a lot of information quickly. A lot of times it's accurate, sometimes it's not. So I immediately went to check Joe Recker's page, didn't necessarily see anything there, but then as I scrolled down a little bit further into the page, I began to see people saying how dismayed they were, how upset they were, how shocked they were, how stunned they were. It took me a while to get somebody on the phone. I finally got in touch with Mike Washington. And Mike Washington gave me a little bit of context of what happened with Joe Recker. Essentially, Joe Recker had a heart attack on last Saturday and died at his home. A friend of his was there with him, and apparently Joe sat down, was actually talking. They were getting ready to go somewhere. Joe has a heart attack, and he falls back, and he expires. I don't know a whole lot of details. I'm not giving anything I don't know. I'm not going to talk about anything I don't know. That's all we know at this point from talking to Mike Washington. I trust Mike. Mike talked to Joe the day before Joe died for an hour and a half. He was with Joe either some days before. It was a comedy show in D.C. where Small Fire and Marcus Wiley were in town on a tour date, and Joe and Mike were there at the show in classic Joe Recker, even Mike Washington fashion. They were at the show when other comedians come to town, and they was hanging out, and everybody's having a good time. And apparently Joe Recker died the next day, totally unexpectedly. I went back and I was looking back at my last few messages with Joe, looking at some texts we exchanged. And he was saying, I asked him how he was doing. He said, I've been dealing with some health issues, and but everything is okay. He didn't give any more detail with that. The way I deal with people concerning health issues is sometimes I ask what's going on, sometimes I don't, because a person's health issues, just like their marriage issues, just like their children issues, that's personal. So if a person gives you detail, I'll ask more. If a person doesn't, I kind of leave it there. But I don't know exactly what all the details, but I know this much. A lot of people are missing my man Joe Recker right now. Joe Recker was a funny comedian and a good brother, just an all-around good dude. And anytime I was in DC and anytime I had the pleasure of either being able to hang out with Joe Recker or having Joe Recker on my radio show back in the day in DC, one of the funniest shows that we had on my old radio show back in that was syndicated in Washington DC was when Joe Recker and Mike Washington were on. Two certified nuts. And a lot of people know and have that same wonderful experience with Joe Recker. So I would just say to you, man, if you know somebody and you're friends with somebody, hey, let them know you love them, let them know you care. We always say that. But a lot of times, this is one of them times you're like, man, yeah, we really got to do that. We really got to do more of that because, man, you never know when somebody's going to leave. The beautiful thing for Mike Washington was that he got a chance to have an extended period of time with Joe the day before, not knowing that less than 24 hours later, he wouldn't be with us, not knowing that that would be his last time spending time with his friend. So again, shout out to Joe Recker's family. I know he has one daughter, a 14-year-old daughter. And of course, I know she is broken up over the fact that her father has now passed on. And man, just celebrating the life and legacy and career of my man, Joe Recker. Coming up real soon, we're going to do a full show dedicated to Joe Recker. Partly because one, the brother needs to be honored. And even if you don't know exactly all, you haven't seen every time Joe was on Comic View or every time he was on TV, TBN, or you don't have all of his DVDs, man, the brother's life deserves to be honored. And I'm thankful and grateful that we have a platform, we have the power to basically say yeah or no on our content. So we're going to honor Joe Recker coming up very, very soon. I'll let you know about that. I have some of the other comedians that come on. We'll talk about Joe. Joe was funny. The thing about Joe Recker is Joe Recker was Joe Recker. Joe was Joe. And he was going to be Joe whoever was around. And I don't mean that in a negative way. You know how people say that about their family. Like, well, you know your aunt now. You know she going to say whatever, she going to cuss you out. I'm not talking about that. Joe Recker was just Joe Recker. He was funny. He would engage you. He would be himself on the phone, on social media, in person, after the show, before the show. Joe Recker was Joe Recker. And I know myself, like many others, will be missing my man, Joe Recker. Wow. So, again, great show today. Thank you again for everyone who listened, everyone who's watching. Do me a favor. Like this video. Tag this video with somebody else. Share this video. Comment in the video. Let me know where you're watching from. The beautiful thing about Facebook is that you can watch people can watch from all over the world. And shout out to my friends, the people who watch us in Africa. Shout out to my people on the West Coast who watch the Midwest. Hey, we got some tour dates I'll be telling you about next week. We got a Super Bowl, post-Super Bowl show that's coming up. And I've got a show that's coming up. I had to actually move it. It was supposed to be yesterday. We had to move it to next week. That's coming up. And that is the greatest of all time. Who is the greatest of all times? I'm talking about basketball. And now, since it's next week is the Super Bowl, we're talking about the Super Bowl. Who's the greatest quarterback of all time? Yeah. Some people out there on social media say it's Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. Now, my friend, Pastor Lewis Tucker, my church, Lynchburg, Virginia, I mentioned the fact that Tom Brady may be the greatest quarterback of all time. And his exact words to me was, man, I just threw up in my mouth. I can't believe you just said that. That's literally what he said. I just threw up in my mouth. He said that. Now, me and him we've been having this debate about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. He's in the LeBron camp. I'm in the Michael Jordan camp. I think as much as I love LeBron James for being a family man, first of all, for being a good dude, a philanthropist, a phenomenal businessman, and an excellent, just a basketball machine, LeBron James can barely carry Michael Jordan luggage to the bus. I know a lot of people are offended by me saying that. I know it, but I know it. Do you know who Michael Jordan is? Oh, do you know who Michael Jordan is? Michael Jordan, I heard Michael Jordan talk trash Michael Jordan can be a jerk. I'm told. I got a friend who got this story about Michael Jordan, how he treated him at this party. I get all that. I get it. I heard Chamillionaire, the rapper Chamillionaire, who owns his own social media platform, has a terrible interaction story with Michael Jordan. I get all of that. Michael Jordan was supposed to be a gambler. I get all of that. Womanizer. I get all that. But on that basketball court, say whatever you want to say. I'm getting into the show before we do the show. That's next week. So y'all, my position is clear. You know what my position is about the greatest of all time, basketball-wise. And we're going to talk about the greatest of all time, football-wise as well. Greatest quarterback of all times. Like I said, people out there on social media saying Tom Brady. I'm going to see what y'all say next week. Hey, I'm not going to tell you my position on football just yet, but I will say this right here. Tom Brady is killing the game right now. What he did last week with a cut on his hand, say what you want to say, like it or not, do the bad boy. I'm just saying. I'm sure a lot of folks gonna be on me, whatever. That's next week, greatest of all time. We talk about basketball and football ahead of the Super Bowl. Hey, family, if you want to get in touch with me again, hit me on the website, akintunde.net. You can get all the information. You can also reach us at 1-800-280-0094. Thanks to my guest today, Miss Rashonda Pratt, for social media expert. Thank you to my friend and brother, comedian Steve Brown, for hanging out with us and giving us the real deal on what happened last Saturday at the Comedy House Theater. And of course, we celebrate the life of Joe Recker. Just a preview of what we're going to do later on in the show. Really celebrating the life of Joe Recker. And I had a ball with y'all. Next week, I'm going to tell you also about my time at the Trumpet Awards last week. Trumpet Awards in Atlanta, Georgia. Lots to talk about there. We had a great time. Trumpet Awards will be coming up. And a lot of people who were on the show, I'm going to have on Akintunde's show as well. Hey, family, like, tag, share this video. And until next week, have a great weekend. And I'm going to see y'all when I see y'all. I'm Akintunde family. Peace.
So come on, scream it out.